Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. That was my OBS muffling me.
Got it.
We are live. I've got the live stream starting soon screen.
Okay, once you got the link and stuff ready for the blast, I'll post it in the places.
Alright.
You're still a bit quieter than me. I'm just going to turn my mic down, I think. How's this sound? Let me see. Listen to this.
Give me a test. Hello.
Okay, I'm going to say... I'm listening to the stream, so hold on.
How am I sounding? Giving you a test.
You sound good to me, so let's see what the folks in the chat say when they show up.
Alright.
Such as Syndical God, who has just joined us. Hello, Syndical.
Cynical God, the frog. Gained respect for Cynical for the frog today. The frog made.
I know, moves. Right?
Frog made big moves. Respect the frog. Says.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you about it later. He just.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing about it.
He said, Bl'Art sounds good. Yeah, that was it. I knew it was a joke. He said, Raw sounds gay.
Got him.
Gotcha. Let's see.
This is some quality dead air. Howdy, Shadowheart. How you doing? Howdy, Shadowheart. How you?
Yeah, let me get the. How do you do, fellow kids? Are we here? We're here. We gotta do a little update on the Opera Omnia app.
Update. This because you're on the new OBS thing or whatever?
Yeah, every time I switch, it's gotta do like a little...
Syndical asked a good question. Zoey will possibly be joining us a bit later. She's dealing with some real-life stuff, so we'll see if she'll be able to join us. If not, she'll be with us next week. But we do thank you for asking.
Where's Zoey? Okay, I'm a dip to
Damn you!
The frog? Get out of here. Damn cat jumping all up on me.
I can't really blame Syndical here. I think that Zoey is the main reason folks are coming to the stream, and I can't say I blame it at all.
No, I don't blame him at all.
We collectively play a mean second fiddle, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're support. We're like, she's the core. No, core's a support too, right? RNA is a support. Core's a support. She's the Golbez, and we're the Hope LD call.
God bless.
Is that right? She's the Golbez. We're the Hope LD call.
Yeah, no, Golbez has basically already got everything he needs, but every so often Hope LD call that'll polish up that one little. It's nice to have. That's we're the nice to have.
He's already hitting a weakness too, so maybe a Ultimecia. Okay, she's Ultimecia, and we're Hope LD. Yeah.
I get the feeling that she'd be pretty into hearing that we're saying, yeah, she's the Hope Ultimecia of this setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the Mino, huh?
I don't agree with that. She's much too kind and sweet to be the Mino of this stream. In my humble opinion.
Well, I mean, you're the one who's actually doing the streaming, so I guess that makes you closest to the mark. So does that make me am I the Mino? Who is the Mino of the stream?
I can't be Mark. Mark's so nice and I got it all together. I'm still putting the
Are you,
layout. I'm putting the layout together as we speak. So.
are you the Mino of the stream?
Don't say that. Is that it? Am I the Mino?
I don't know. I think we might have hit it.
Am I the Mino? Yes. What does that make you, a Rolai?
Man, I guess. I mean, we both like running offbeat teams.
Okay, you're the Rolai. Alright, we'll do that. Zoey's the Mark.
I'll take it.
Zoey's the Mark, I'm the Mino, you're the Rolai. Beautiful. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Raw Life, as per usual, was running behind and sucks. So, I had to get this stream setup going, but we're good to go now. And, joined this week by Bl'Artagnan. How you doing, Bl'Artagnan?
I am doing well, Raw. It's good to see you. Good to hear from you. It's been a pretty hectic couple of days in the DFFOO community. We can get more onto that later.
Oh,
but a lot of fun events and stuff. A lot to look forward to in this game, I think, right now.
I've got plenty to say about that.
Although some would argue that tonight maybe isn't something to look forward to, but we'll see how that plays out.
Did you do your Rosa should you pull? I think I missed it.
What's that?
Did you do your Rosa should you pull?
I did do my Rosa should you pull. And Reno as well. I mean, no spoilers, but we'll get into them later. But yeah, no, I covered them in brief detail on my channel. If someone wants to go there, if no one wants to sit around for 2 hours and bullshit with us, they can go to there and give that video a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. You know the drill.
I've just thrown that into the general chat there, the Twitch chat. Frog guest host win. That's a good question. Blart, you want to take that one?
I mean, oh god. I think once we consistently have the 3 regular hosts, we'll start talking about guest hosts. But yeah, no, I think I think the people need more Frog, don't they?
Look, some girls said +1 for Frog. So
look, all I'm saying is I don't know if you've seen RVK's Rosa should you pull posted on Reddit, but that thing has like over 200 upvotes. The people are crazy about the Frog.
Oh my god, he did put the Frog into that one. He did. Yeah, I saw his should you pull for Rosa, and it made me immediately think of Cynical God, so I thumbs downed it, but whatever.
That's fair.
Right,
we'll get him though. We're still finding our sea legs. You don't want to be attaching yourself to a brand that hasn't gotten itself off the ground. Otherwise, you're kind of, it's like betting on a horse that hasn't run a race yet.
Any of y'all pulling for Rosa? Right here. This is my Rosa. Look at her. Character boards. Everything.
How do you leaf blade?
Sup, leaf blade. Blart, how was your weekend? Every Monday we get together. We chat some DFFOO. We do some runs, and I like to see how the co-hosts. Speaking of which, Zoey is maybe going to join us a little later. Blart touched on that. She is a little busy with some real life stuff today, so she'll be back next week at the worst. But anyway, Blart, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was nice. It was a very relaxed time. I spent a lot of time at home. We actually went to my mother's to hang out at her pool. The weather was perfect. It was basically just the ideal kind of chilling out kind of weekend, which is exactly the sort of thing that I needed, I think. So I was feeling pretty good. How about you?
Your mother has a pool.
She
Nice.
does. It requires absurd upkeep, and she has a bad knee, so it's. We try to take advantage of it as much as we can, mostly because we feel bad about how much work she has to put into it.
Yeah, I wish I had a pool in summer in North Carolina, but my weekend was great. I grilled twice, and I mowed the yard twice. So if you know me, Leaf Blade Mouse in the chat. What's up, Leaf Blade? If you know me, you know that was my perfect weekend. I have disabled the beer chug for the evening because tonight we are drinking IPAs. Hazy little thing. sponsor right there. No beer chugs tonight. You don't wanna house these. It's like eating a whole loaf of bread. Feel me? Maybe with the high lifes. Downvoted and reported for not pulling for Rosa. Hold on, RVK. Hold on. There she goes right there. I'm getting Rosa's LD. I actually missed Reno's original event, so I don't have Reno at all, so I probably won't be pulling for Reno. I won't be worrying about Reno, but I would like to get Rosa's LD. At the end of the stream, I'll probably
I really like Reno, so I hope you do manage to pick him up. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the game to use. Haven't had a chance to lately, though. So did you want me to do the quick text blast into the various Discords before we kind of officially get ourselves started?
Yeah, go ahead and shill for us, and I will shill for us as well. And what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Tidus, Rosa, Tidus. Sorry, I'm going to switch to the official pronunciation. Tidus, Rosa, Reno, and Setzer? Question mark?
Intrigue. That's what that is. That's intrigue.
Some subterfuge to get the people going.
We might touch upon that, RBK. Howdy, Cross. How you doing? Cross 13, ladies and gentlemen.
Cross 13 in the chat. I'm going to do some co-ops in the background.
Rocking it. Cross, we're doing well. We are just getting started here. Zoey is running a bit late, may not be able to join us tonight, so Raw and I are just kind of getting our house in order real quick.
We're just hanging. Just hanging. Reno was actually quite good on Tidus Lufania if you were giving the boss turns for all the threshold attacks. Leafblade said, just boys being boys. Yeah, man, it's just guys being dudes on a stream. What else can you ask for? On a Monday night. Cheers.
That's about it, really. Sorry, I'm on push to talk while I'm also trying to paste these things and get the word out real quick, and I'll be right with you.
Cross, I am gonna put some tickets on Rosa's banner at the end of the stream. I have her full kit so far, so I like if a character comes back around and already have their kit, most of it or all of it in this case, I'd like to throw some tickets for the LD. I do not have Reno. Everybody loves Reno, but I do not have him. It was during my what'd you call it? My vacation from DFFOO. So I missed him.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be skipping Rosa, mostly because I already have Reno, and I know it's a bit of a meme, but I kind of feel like Queen's going to be handling a lot of what I would want Rosa to do. And for the rare cases where she doesn't, I'll probably be using Ishtola or Aerith. It's kind of hard, I find, justifying her if you have a roster with certain characters on it.
Well, do you want to talk
but that's
about
also
Rosa?
kind of getting ahead of ourselves.
You want to talk a little bit about Rosa? I'm pulling for her because, like I said, I already have her kit, and I like the character, so I'd like to add her. I know she's very dependent on buffs. She needs like 1,000 buffs on the field. Oh, I didn't turn off.
I mean, when people talk about the buff dependency, in practical matters, basically, so long as each of your other two characters are bringing 2 buffs of their own, which isn't hard to do, she should be fine. I think there's a small number of characters who only bring 1 buff, and so like if you bring one of those characters, you want to make sure the other character can make up the slack. But it's less about like it being hard to build around, and more about like most characters who say, like Beatrix, she's like, you need 12 buffs on the party. I bring like 10 or something crazy like that.
Beatrix is a god.
So I think it's just that even though it's not a very significant lack of self-sufficiency, I think some people are seeing that and being like, that just feels kind of lame because
Yeah,
the return you get off it isn't that crazy good, you know?
and I also hate to use a what do you say, overused cliche, but bad timing. Is that, am I allowed to say that? Bad timing? I mean, I feel like with supports, Palom's the future, right? We just got Palom, our forum.
Forum.
Sorry everyone. Um, and like you said, Queen. I've been loving Queen, especially for TCC challenge runs. She's been so great. I don't see myself having to use Rosa that much, but also I hate re-raise. I don't want to do re-raise.
Yeah, some girl kind of landed on. I think it's a bad timing in the sense that she's. Well, she says underpowered. I don't know if I. Okay, a couple of points being put in chat, but so I don't feel that she's necessarily underpowered. Um, I think she's still serviceable. She does have something weird because she has 15% HP damage up. She also has 25% brave damage up, which is a bit. I want to say. I mean, I'm just comparing. I think Queen has 2020. Iroha and Edward both have 20% brave damage up, so she is bringing a little bit more brave damage, a little bit less HP damage than most characters. So I look at that as like a trade-off, but I don't think it's a positive one, if that makes sense. It's like, I don't know. It's not an equivalent exchange.
An equivalent exchange. Thank you, Edward Elric. It feels like there's more work or more effort to make her work than other relevant supports who actually do more for less effort. Is that?
More or less. I do think it's being a little overblown. I think like if Queen didn't.
Hey, we got to follow Sky Splits 07. Thank you. Sorry, Bl'Art. Please continue.
Howdy, Sky Splits. I do think that like if Queen hadn't showed up just like right before Rosa, and Yuna's coming. Excalibur points out, "Hello, Excalibur. How you doing tonight?"
What's up, Excalibur?
Fantastic. Everyone go follow and subscribe. Everyone go subscribe to Excalibur on YouTube right now. Probably one of the. I haven't said this before, but I like to. In my head, I've nicknamed Excalibur the Professor because I always feel like I learn something new when I watch one of his videos.
The Professor.
Yeah. Oh wow, Cross 19 almost at 200 subs. Congratulations, dude.
Very nice.
Hello, Yoshi Pasta. My goodness.
Excalibur,
they're all showing up. This is a good time.
Excalibur is one of those players who does runs sometimes where I'm just like, because I think if I bash my head against a fight for long enough, I can make a lot of stuff work, right? Excalibur is one of those players who can do something that you look at and you're like, nah, I couldn't, that doesn't work, and it just makes it work. Fantastic player. Follow Excalibur.
Not only that, he'll explain it as he's doing it, so you can follow along and learn and become better yourself, which I think is tremendously important and undervalued in the community. Yeah. Yoshi and Zio, and to the new folks who've shown up, Zoey is dealing with some real-life stuff. She may be able to join us later tonight, but we're not sure, so she might be here. Otherwise, she'll be here next week. Just a bit busy dealing with some stuff tonight. Real life has a way of showing up and doing things. Yeah, Zio Matrix, it's good to see you. How you doing? I was in the middle of like a monologue, wasn't I, about Rosa? Something about. Oh, yeah. So short version, I think she is providing stuff that I think will be serviceable. I don't think her numbers are like so bad that like you'll struggle to use her as a support in your run. Unless you're doing something really fine-tuned, like some kind of ridiculous TCC extreme, I don't think the numbers are going to make that big a difference compared to like using Queen or Sarah or whatever. But the fact that we have Queen, we have Sarah, we have Paladin Cecil, we're going to have Yuna, the list goes on, makes it more difficult to justify wanting Rosa because, I mean, we haven't even gone through her kit. But I also think almost everyone I've seen in the chat already probably has made their own should you poll about this at this point. Jesus.
I know. Look, this is the content creator corner. Like everybody here, we're trying to explain Rosa, and everybody here knows more about Rosa than I do. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut about Rosa. I will say, as I say, I should keep my mouth shut. She had her time when she was. I don't know if you guys were around for EX Realization. Rosa, that re-raise was awesome. You keep that buff on her, and someone gets knocked out, just pops right back up. That was awesome in her era. That there wasn't a lot of cool little niches like that. So she had her time. I'm gonna pull for her LD because, like I said already, I want to complete her kit because I already have her. But I'm not gonna throw too many tickets at it. I might throw 100. But yeah, she's
Well,
largely overshadowed.
you already have Tidus BT, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Then, well, worst case scenario, you also walk away with Reno's kit. Well, I say worst case. Worst case, you get nothing. But you might also pick up Reno along the way, which could be cool. And I think the people are sleeping on Reno a little bit.
You think that this iteration of Reno is gonna get some burn, as they say, some playtime?
I think the people who like him, like John Bell, shit, was it John Belmont or Indolent Lard who has the Reno's Pyramid Scheme series that he used to do? One of those two, I think. It had they had a little mini saga they did with Reno, and I've also loved using him because he's kind of Kadaj-esque in a sense in that he's a debuffer that also subclasses as a damage dealer. And what I like about Reno is he comes built in with his own weak. He has his own framed imperil. So he's hitting weakness damage. Now he's going to be having bonus weakness damage. He's going to be getting bonus HP damage up. He has a reasonably fast charging EX with 100% spread. And so like he has the tools to just kind of supplement your damage in a pretty nice way. Where like compared to like I don't know like a Camlonot or even like a pre-rework Kefka, like the damage is kind of like meh. That's kind of how I feel about it. Whereas Reno, I think he has built in the stuff he needs to kind of really it's similar to Vincent in a way, where he's like not really your primary damage dealer, but he has the tools to supplement your damage in a really meaningful way. And I think folks are kind of overlooking that, especially given how uniquely powerful Reno's debuffs can be. I mean, Numb can totally be hilarious in a fight, and Pyramid's really, really strong. Also, hello, Daniel. Thank you for joining us.
Daniel Pomin back in chat. How you doing, Daniel? Please don't swing that ban hammer tonight if you don't have to. Excalibur said Reno's debuffs are kind of unique. Yeah. Bart, since Zoey's not here, do you want to go into any of the characters like one by one, or chat about you want to do overviews, or what do you want to do?
Okay, let's do some overviews. I mean, in terms of schedule, we were going to talk about Tidus because I guess that was kind of the.
And also, I'm doing Tidus right now.
I don't want to. Well, the thing is, the people are talking right now about. Well, you know what? More folks may enter the chat later, so let's start with the guy we already know. Let's start with Tidus. I know we're kind of changing subject a little bit here.
Yeah, without Zoey, we're going to spread around the research part, or the explanation of these kits. I think as I look through chat, everyone here knows how these guys work, but we'll give you a refresher at the very least, some just little overviews. Like the stream said, Tidus, Rosa, Reno.
You just fixed that in time, by the way, because Mino was here and he was going to destroy you if you got that wrong.
Chat. Mino, we're talking about Tidus.
Howdy, Ma. We did some sound testing. We're trying to kind of figure. We're working out the kinks in this new operation.
That's right.
So not perfect. Would it be better if you turned it all the way down? Is that where we're going with this?
Yeah, I think that it's kind of like Frog's joke at the beginning. I think he's saying if it was on mute, it'd probably be better.
Possibly. We'll be working this out. One of these days we're going to nail it. As we like to say, it's not a stream with Raw Life and Blart if there aren't terrible audio issues.
At least we get the stream up and running now. Blart's just a lot louder. Blart, can you lower your mic a little bit?
I'm just really excited. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, how's this?
He's not even actually that loud. He's just screaming from the top of his lungs because he loves Reno and Rosa.
I need to just get into that, like, I have to use my ASMR voice and just, like, whisper it real softly into the microphone.
Oh, yeah. ASMR time. ASMR, spiritual alignment for spiritual growth or whatnot.
That's the thing right there. Let me see now.
Look, Syndical God has finally finished... Oh, hold on. Frog, after months and months of hoarding gems, which is a disease. These poor people are waiting for me to start the... Oh, my God. After months and months of waiting for him to finish all the story shit, he's finally finished it.
This is truly the end of the era.
I know. The frog is making steps. Oh, Yoshi Pasta! Yoshi Pasta's in the... He's in the...
Oh my goodness, there he is! He's
Yoshi
right there!
Pastaception. I'm gonna send him a sticker, look. That's great. I hope you don't have a book
This is
running.
tremendous.
I hope you don't
Tremendous
have a book
content.
running. Okay, yeah, I should do something quick so that if you have a book running. I'm sorry, Yoshi. I'm sorry.
Oh, goodness. So,
Roja Light.
that's true, actually. Well, in a sense.
About her refund, it's like a Roja's refund, but
It's more like it's a Camelot refund, except half the potency, 15% instead of 30, based on the HP damage gel at the end of the turn, as opposed to like in the middle. What
like
the cool thing that he wrote?
So she's like a Camelot call, but half, like a half Camelot call.
Yeah, she gives the entire party kind of half, like, or Bart's BT effect or Golbez LD effect, like that. You know, the HP damage refund at the end of the turn, as opposed to like in the middle, so it doesn't refund your dumps midway through. Like Tifa, what makes her OP is she refunds in the middle of each dump that she does, whereas like, you know, Camelot or Golbez, they refund at the very end of the turn. And same with Rosa. So it's more of a, yeah, no. Oh, Mino, what do you mean by taxed? Actually, Mino's saying it's worse than Iroha because it gets taxed. I suspect I agree. I just don't know exactly what you mean by taxed.
Cross, if you guys don't see my giant paragraph you just posted, I don't see it in chat. Or did you post it in Discord? Speaking of the Discord, real quick, I'm gonna shill for TCC. That Discord right there, I'm 90% sure every single person in this chat right now is in that Discord. But if you're not, go check it out. Lots of good players, cool people. Yeah, repost it. I don't see it in the chat. But what does the tax mean? What is?
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, what they mean by that is Iroha's Brave discount mechanic thing isn't affected by Brave gain reduction, whereas Rosa's refund is.
Okay, because Aroha is basically, I didn't get Aroha either, by the way, but she's basically keeping some of the Brave that you would be using. She's keeping it in your bank, right? So it's
exactly,
instead of using it all, she's keeping it, and then Rosa's okay. Aroha's
yeah,
20%.
Yeah, Aroha lets you keep Brave you already have, so it doesn't get reduced. Whereas, yeah, 15% of 3 HP damage dealt refunded from Rosa will be hit by that 90%. You know, it's like when it's like taking money out of your retirement savings too early. It's basically almost like it's not worth doing.
Taking.
That got real for a second. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have taken it that place. Jesus.
Whew, now I gotta call about my Roth IRA. I need to touch base with my financial advisor. Good God.
As I guess we should talk about the characters who we've been seeing. Although it feels weird. Well, no, you know what? I'm sure there are folks who are going to be watching this on the VOD who maybe they already pulled Tidus and they just, you know, they're playing the game casually. They're not really sure exactly what the characters do. And so we're going to give a quick overview of what Tidus's deal is before getting on to Reno and Rosa, who are the new characters coming out, a bit more exciting, a bit more flashy, because they're not here yet. We'll see once they get here whether or not they actually stay as exciting. My money's kind of on no based on the hype I've been hearing, but we'll see.
Do you want to, I don't know if you're prepared to go over a little bit of Tidus's kit while I take him through his Lufania and see how fast we can do it? Because I'm pretty sure
I'd be happy.
I'm pretty sure I can do it in like less time than it takes you to explain his kit.
Yes, I'll be happy to. His deal is he wins the game. And Cross13 has a question for Raw. How long have you been playing DFFOO? You answer that real quick before we get into Tidus.
Question for Raw. I was thinking about that. How long have you been playing DFFOO? Let me turn my the notifications and battle off. I started in the EX era, or right before the EX era. I was trying to look at my weapons in order of obtained to see, but I realized you sell all your 15 and 35s, so I only have my EXs left, and I think my oldest weapon is Sephiroth EX potentially. Let's see, yeah. So Sephiroth, Kayn, Jekt, Auron. I guess that would be around the time, unless I've sold some people's EXs who were before that, but it's been a while. I did take a big break for, what do you say, Bl'Art, like a month and a half, 2 months, when Reno, Reno's the tail end of it, but
it's bizarre because it feels like you took a break right. I think Desh is the first character you said you missed, but yeah, you took a break right as I started playing, and then came back to the game just in time for us to meet, which is kind of bizarre. Because I actually started. I guess so, because I started playing. I resumed playing after taking a lengthy break of about a year during I'll say 9 event. So that 9 lost chapter is very nostalgic. Ugh, yeesh, terrible fight. So
no breaks here. Daniel, your wallet wishes you would take a break.
Howdy, Eamon.
Hey, man, what's going on?
My dude. Yep. So weirdly enough, yeah, I started the game I came back to the game right at the same time that some girl started playing, and I am still way worse than she is. Go figure.
I started
another great
before a lot
content
of
creator
these
you
people.
can follow.
I started before a lot of these people, and I'm way worse than all of them. So it's not experience; it's natural talent, I believe.
I do feel our banter is very good. The chat interaction is extremely gratifying, and I'm sure anyone who's listening to this on the VOD was looking for that Tidus recap, Jesus, because they haven't listened to any other content about where to get their Tidus is probably pulling their hair out. Like, please just talk about the. So the real quick deal with Tidus, he's a very familiar archetype. He's the multiple turn hogging, kind of free turn efficient damage dealer with some rebreak utility. We've seen this with Lightning, we've seen it with Terra, we've seen it with Ultimecia. This is not a new character archetype for us to be dealing with, but he does bring some new, I don't want to say unique traits, but he brings a powerful combination of traits. The big thing is he has his winning spirit buff from his EX, which has been blanking on what the word is. I believe they buffed it and added some new offensive stats to it. But and they reworked his base skills. So now his quick hit, skill 1, actually dumps Brave and deals HP damage, which is great because that's been forever since it should have done that. Skill 2 is now hits harder and does splash damage. And he's got this cool overhead buff, a Blitzball, which plays into a follow-up attack that he now has on all of his skills. Anytime he does an offensive action, he follows it up with his Shuto attack. I kind of cringe every time I say it like that, but it's also kind of a meme, so I feel like I should say it like that. I don't know. You guys let me know whether I should be doing that or not. I'm kind of on it. Shuto. Jesus Christ, Raw, don't do that. Don't be bringing that eel upon us. But yeah, so it's which is basically just a follow-up attack with a Brave Gain after it. It's Ardenesque or whatever. The cool thing about it is it plays with his LD. Once you get his LD, you get the Blitzball overhead, and every 3 follow-up attacks he does, his next one becomes, instead of a regular shot, it becomes Jack Shot. Christ. And unbreaks the enemies into the big AoE attack. So this basically plays into the fact that he takes a shit ton of turns. And the thing is that the big attack on like the 4th attack is a very MOBA thing to do. There's a lot of characters from various MOBAs I played where like one of their big gimmicks is like every 4 attacks, their 4th attack is a huge big attack. And so I'm trying to compare it to something in DFFOO, and I keep thinking of like characters from other games who have a similar mechanic. But it creates a sort of cadence with this kit, almost like Vayne. Like there's a cadence to how he plays, where like every, there's an ebb and flow to it. The LD itself actually gives him offensive stat boost, HP damage up, the good shit. Stolen Brave up similar to Golbez, meaning he's going to be dealing more damage than it looks like, or more HP damage than it looks like, because he deals Brave damage, gets more HP damage off of it because he's stealing more Brave than he's actually stealing, which sounds ridiculous and weird when I explain it that way. Yeah, no, wow, Raw, what's going on with that frame rate? Jesus.
Yeah, we're dropping some frames right now, but we're going to talk through it. I think I'm going to turn my webcam off momentarily. But keep going.
Okay. Yeah. And the last thing about him is the actual I say last. We haven't gotten to the BT yet, but the LD itself, the LD button, is a big. As with most LDs, it's a big HP attack. It's a big strong hit, and it gives him 2 free skills after it, which, because his skill 1 is a free turn, can be through 2 free turns as well. Basically, you kind of use it to set up a chain of good Jackshot type rebreaks. And so his playstyle is basically, it's a 0 boss turn playstyle. You don't want the bosses to take turns because that keeps his winning spirit buff at 3 stacks. Keeps him in a good position where he can keep turn jumping using his skill 2, or just turn chaining using skill 1, building up that the blitzball overhead, and rebreaking. So that's kind of him in a nutshell. His BT gives some decent party stats, as most BTs tend to, and makes it so he does 2 shots instead of 1 after each attack, and that can include a eject shot. So you can be like shot or shot or eject shot, I guess. So that just kind of becomes bonkers. So yeah, that's Tidus. I haven't actually used him that much. I did a goofy core clear with him because who hasn't done that in this Lithuania at this point? And he looks like he's going to be a bit more interactive than, like, I found Terra pretty boring to play myself. Tidus has a bit more of he has more decision points because you're kind of doing a balancing act of pacing his different skills so A, he doesn't burn out, and B, he's able to get those rebreaks. Yeah, Raw, have you had a chance to play with Tidus? What do you think of him? Oh, God, Asty's here.
Nasty Asty in the chat. You guys follow Astenosis on Twitch. Great streamer, funny guy. I have really enjoyed his kit in this fight only. I haven't taken him to anything else, but he is really fun. His follow-up is awesome. Every third hit, the eject shot hits like a truck. It's awesome. And he's more obvious. Core is a little bit more damage over time. I'm running him right now with Core just as we talk about him, but he is more obvious in his damage. Like, Core is doing chip damage all the time, but Tidus, he does pretty good damage. I mean, on each skill, and then
actually
add the chip damage. He's doing a lot of damage over the course of the fight. A lot of damage.
I'm actually glad you mentioned his damage because I forgot a couple of important points. These are kind of holdovers from his previous existences, but they buffed his debuffs first of all to be more effective. I believe it's 50% attack and defense down as well as 20% speed down now, which is actually respectable and usable. So like Terra's debuffs, those are kind of goofy memes. Tidus' debuffs, they're legit. They're good. Lowering defense, of course, is really good. Having it on buff start means he gets to start by he starts hitting that defense down early, which is nice. He also has that kind of Vincent Cypher Kefka style more damage to debuff targets based on the number of debuffs on them effect, which means he's going to be like, I don't know if you've been playing with a lot of Vincent, but like Tidus is going to be hitting like a truck between his normal kind of inherent stat boosts from like the HP damage up and stuff inherent in the kit, plus the brave damage bonus based on the number of debuffs, plus the defense down that he comes built in with, so you don't have to worry about them having high defense on his own. And then on top of that, he has the Stolen Brave up, so even if, for whatever reason, he hasn't hit so much Brave that he's already hit the Brave cap, he's going to steal his way up to it anyway, so he's going to be dealing a ton of damage.
Yeah, he's doing massive damage. Is that Senpai is in the house? How you doing? Is that Senpai?
I don't know, is it? Is it Senpai? That's dumb. You must get that a lot. I'm sorry. You deserve better than that.
I think that is Senpai. But yeah, Tidus, sorry, everybody, sorry. He's really impressed me. I know he's in Synergy, and I've actually only taken this fight that we're running right now, and it's legitimately built for him. I do worry, as some of the people kind of mentioned, maybe in longer fights he may run out of steam. I mean, he's got a lot of skill uses, obviously, but Reality Theorist, that's right. But we'll see how it goes. I know you're a hipster, Bl'Art. You don't like to use Synergy at all. You never use Synergy.
I used to, and I sometimes tell myself that I always tell myself, okay, this time you're going to go in with a regular Synergy team and just kind of get the clear. But before the event starts, I always think like, oh well, here's this nifty team I want to use. If I can do that, I can kind of knock out my hipster creative team, and then I can do whatever I want. And then I never go back and actually use the Synergy if I get the clear with the weird team. Is that Senpai? Thank you for noticing. My chi does feel very balanced tonight. I've been doing that meditation, that yoga. Been spending all goddamn day on the internet, which is really good for your chi. It isn't. Don't spend all day. Go touch some grass. Everyone says that now. I hate it.
Spiritual harmonial rebalancing.
Go hug a tree.
Of the chi.
If you want to balance your chi, go hug a tree. That's what I'm going to say.
The touch grass thing, it is good advice, to be honest. So, Cross 13 asks, because does Reno boss cleanse when it does the mist attack?
The way, I think it cleanses after the mist attack. It puts up the mist, does the attack, which is big and scary and probably going to kill you or something, and then after it does the attack, it loses, or it does a cleanse, I believe. I think it might also just cleanse after the turn, even if it didn't attack. I'm not 100% on that, but I haven't really researched the fight a whole lot just yet.
Yeah, me either. I'm trying to Mino the fight. We're working on a new verb, or is it? Yeah, it's a verb. To Mino a fight, you got to go in as blind as possible and just bang your head against it till it works. So,
which will be really funny because the Reno fight was a wake up call for a lot of us. That was the first of the fabled Hellmonth fights, and it was a doozy, I gotta say. Those damn tree castle things. Allegedly, Excalibur's asking. Well, he's not asking. He's wondering if it's going to be possible to no boss turn the fight, and if anyone can do it, I'm sure it's going to be him. But I've heard through anecdotes and other people that it can be done with sufficient modifiers. I don't know exactly how that'll play out, but good luck trying to make that work, because I know they have a HP poison aura, and they also have, there's a very low 5,000 hit point requirement at the end of the fight, which is just, that's a very low hit point requirement. That basically, if they breathe on you, you're possibly going to miss it.
Sounds terrible, honestly. I won't be doing the fight on stream tonight. I'll probably stream this weekend and do the fight again, but I am going to try to Mino it, as we say in the business.
God bless. Some girl also pointing out a fun little synergy that Tidus has, which is that as a rebreaker, he works really well with Cloud of Darkness, because it wants to, or when its burst effect is on the field, it doesn't want to be breaking targets so that you aren't stealing, it isn't stealing turns and running down the friend counter. So you use Tidus and you keep rebreaking the enemy, and they never get to unbreak, and the Cloud of Darkness can never steal the break. It's the perfect combo. A perfect combo.
Wombo combo, as they say. That's what the kids say. I don't know. They're working pretty well together right now. When I first beat this fight, I did bring Tidus with Cypher and Queen. Smoked it. Then went back to it without Tidus, and I'm sure everyone in chat has done 1,000 runs of this. This fight is not very fun without Tidus. You got to be very careful. My computer's not charged. That would do it.
Yeah, having some rough frame issues there, man.
It may be just my.
I will say that. What's that?
Maybe that my computer's not charged.
I will say this fight is a lot less restrictive than I think. How to put it? I think the fact that they do let you just kind of re-break delay them, and they never have like a, you have to let me act. Like I've been seeing a lot of variety from people in terms of the runs, which I've really found kind of, I don't know, I found it liberating is I guess the word I will use. It hasn't felt like a terribly toxic fight compared to what I thought it was going to be.
We're having stream issues right now.
I'm seeing that. Okay. Well, I mean, a couple options could be, we could try resetting one or more of the, I mean, it looks like it's just the gameplay, right?
Yeah, gameplay's good. Just we'll keep going. Leaf Blade, thanks for the shout out to the old classic days. Classic Raw Stream, the good old days. Technical difficulties do live on. Yeah, we came a long way. So
at least you can finally hear us both at once, right?
Yeah, that was the. It sounds like they're attacking me. So.
It sounds like they're. Are you playing blind at this point?
No, I mean I'm not clicking anything, but they're definitely attacking me. So I went to auto maybe. Let's see if you can auto plus with the Tidus here.
Well, since while you work through that, I guess I'll. Did we want to talk about this fight a little bit, since it's still technically on the docket?
I think everyone here has beaten it a handful of times. We could talk about Reno. You're a big Reno fan, right? And Reno's dropping in 43 minutes, right?
It's true. It's true. Uh, well, Daniel, I already told this in the TCC chat, but for the benefit of the viewers at home, what do you call a frog who is parked illegally? Toad. Because
you guys get it?
It's like a frog and a toad, but like it sounds like you got toad and.
Don't worry, I'll do the legwork here. Toad.
Oh my god,
toad.
I love it.
You see that?
So good. What a good joke.
Hey!
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for asking me that. I really appreciate that.
Look, we're back in action. Spoiler alert: we were going to destroy that, but we'll destroy it again. But yeah, we're back in action, and I think that I won't be dropping frames anymore. Should be all right. Looks like the percentage is steadily dropping.
RVK mentioning that he saw a no-boss turn run with Tidus, BT, Paladin, Cecil, and Gabronth, with Gabronth subbing out for a Garland friend. Was that for the Tidus fight or the Reno fight? Ooh, that is exciting then. So, what do we think of Setzer? You mean like as a person or as a character? Like a video game character with buttons you push? Because those are two very different answers.
As a character, we hate him. He's awful. As a
morally questionable at best.
Yeah, as a unit in this game, I think he's really good, right? I mean,
he's going to be quite powerful. I mean, we all know about Setzer. The short version is he's still doing the delay stuff and the freeze stuff, but he also now will be giving the team access to a random chance to, on each Brave hit, deal core-style Rainbow Brave damage. Maximum numbers, which is very exciting because it means you don't need to team build, right? You just hit the Brave numbers and you deal the big damage. You put them on a team with, Porum and Igrius, and they just carry through Lufania Plus. That's sarcasm, by the way. Please don't actually put those three on a team together. That's not a good team.
Someone clip that. Let everybody know. Bl'Art is explaining how to beat Lufania Plus, and it's just that simple. And he speaks for the whole stream, by the way. The banner. I guess we can go into the banner. We're just all off topic tonight. We're just
the problem is Zoey's not here to keep us on track. I joke that Zoey's the brains of the operation, but you're seeing it right here. Zoey is in fact the brains that keep these two doofuses on track.
When it's just guys being dudes, we're just having a good time, drinking some beers, playing some Lufania, but Zoey's not here to keep us on track, so we're gonna jump all over the place. Setzer, LD, banner. What is going to happen? Everyone in the community is terrified. They're shaking. They're worried. The hoarders they're up in arms. Where's my LD? Where's my Setzer LD going to be? Is Tidus going to be on it? If not, how could you do this to me? Bart, I'm going to let you go first. What do you think's going on with Setzer? What do you think's going on with the
So in terms of Setzer's appearance, this is just like people have a short memory because Galif's banner was the same way, where they just didn't announce Galif banner on stream, and everyone was like, "Where's Galif? Where's my OP dodge tank? I need Galif. Where is he?" And he showed up. He was there, and he was there, and we used him. And it was great. We were able to use him, and that was pretty cool. The thing with Setzer banner that people are really losing their minds over. It's less about the banner not showing up, because the banner's going to show up. It's just like with Galif. The reason that people are losing their minds is a clarification post that Squrex Joshua made in main court. I don't have it in front of me, but it effectively said, what's the word? Basically, he said, he said Tidus' banner is going to be on these four banners. The Equinox, his own, Reno and Rosa, and Leon banner. And there are no surprise banners with Tidus showing up. Basically, saying without saying that Tidus BT will not be the BT on the Setzer banner. I think the reason a lot of people are losing their shit over this is I suspect a lot of people planned to go hard on the Setzer banner with gems and they were hoping to pick up Tidus's BT that way. And so now, because they're finding this out after they already they pulled Tidus LD. Maybe they used tickets, or maybe they pitied it with gems, or whatever they did. They pulled that, and now the next two banners. Oh, Leon, we don't care about Leon. Jack, we already have Jack. Reno, who gives a fig? Rosa, Rosa's an easy skip. I'm putting my 125k towards Setzer. Setzer's the good. He's the meta OP unit who's coming down the pike, and that's going to be the one. And so it is kind of curious to me that they would. I can't speak to the reason why they would do it. And honestly, I find it a little bit irrelevant, because if they don't put that there's going to be a BT on the banner one way or the other. I mean, technically they don't have to, but there's going to be, because it would be kind of. I think it'd be the idea that a banner would work without a BT in this era kind of is laughable to me. So I feel that it's going to have a BT, and it's it's probably, maybe it'll have the reworked Vaughn BT from the because we're going to be getting that triple LD banner sometime soon. Maybe it has unit BT. Maybe they pushed it back to unit for some reason. We get an extra unit banner. Then you just pull unit BT instead. It's a good BT.
Right.
People hate it when. Yeah, people hate it when their foresight is disrupted, and I don't know. I don't think this is as big a catastrophe as people are making it out to be, because what it's going to be. It's going to be a banner. We'll see it. The only known thing that people are like, oh, what's going to happen? And I saw a great Reddit post. Someone had posted in Reddit saying, hey, in the event, hypothetically, that Setzer isn't coming, there's no Setzer LD banner, how does that affect your pull plans? And the top comment was a very good response, which is to say, if the Setzer LD banner doesn't show up, I'm not pulling Setzer. And I think that's about all we can say. I say, we just... This isn't... Tidus BT is good. It's not like how to put it. It's not like Lightning BT or Squall BT when it first came out, where it's kind of the only game in town to a degree. Like for Lightning BT was kind of an arguable must pity, because it was not required to get through Hell Month, but it made your life a lot easier. So it really was incentivized that you want to get that BT. Same with Zidane and who's Y'shtola. Those are going to be premium BTs to have in Lufinia Plus, because they're the only BT Plus available at that time. That's going to be people are going to, whether it's true or not, they're going to say that's a must pull. Tidus BT is a good BT. It's not if you don't have it, you're not going to die. And if it's your favorite character, that's what BT tokens are for at that point. You should be saving up for that anyway. And if it's about my perfectly arranged meta plans to get Setzer and Tidus BT on this banner have been disrupted, that doesn't make sense to me, because if this is about Tidus BT, just get it on Jack or Leon, get it on Rosa. And if it's about the efficiency of getting it on this one banner, are your pull plans really so meticulously planned out that having to pull on two different banners this cycle is going to put you with 0 gems? What's going on there?
No, you're exactly right. That is what it's about.
Part of me thinks this is all Black Cloud's fault, because he put into people's minds the idea of you are allowed to be outraged by things and yell at Squex, and then they fix it for you, and now they think they can do it everywhere. So really, this is all Black Cloud's fault.
It's BC's fault. You guys follow BC, Black Cloud, Black Nero on YouTube. Awesome content creator. He kind of spearheaded the fixed Kadaj movement, and so now our community realizes, hey, we run shit. We want what we want. And you kind of touched on everything there, so I don't have much to add. What was that? Actually,
Excalibur said in the comments something I missed, which I actually appreciate. He said, look at it positively. They could be, and I suspect they are, they could be planning something special for GL. This could be a positive change and a good thing, because it's going to be a surprise. We don't get to know what it is, but we could look at this as, hey, something different's happening. Usually something different means a GL first cool thing. They don't usually do a change in GL that affects us badly. So no. I think Excalibur's got the right of it. We should be looking at this as most likely a good thing. I don't think they're trying to screw us on this.
No, they're not trying to screw us. And all I really wanted to say about this little kerfluffle in the community is deal with it. Look, people look way too much on the beta version of the game. Okay, that's what it is. JP is the beta version. We're not playing JP. We're playing Global. And when Global is different in a good way, everyone loves it. Everybody's happy. Global first, LDs, all this is great. But these people are so focused on the exact schedule. They say, "Oh, this is my 8-month pool plan." You know, we're kind of joking about that, but no, that's real. There's these people who are looking at JP as the end-all be-all. It's not the end-all be-all. Okay, JP is the version that it is. Global is its own version, and the schedule's gonna change a little bit. And when you see something slightly differ, it's okay. You have to be you have to be able to roll with the punches. So far, it's been great for us. We've got global firsts, you know, Vivi, Aranea, Vivi, Balthier, Vincent. I mean, just relax. It's gonna be okay. If you really, really need Tidus BT, then go get it. The thing that bothers me the most about this is that a lot of people who are the loudest complaining, they have, you know, 500,000 to 1 million gems. You have the gems. You pull for the weapons you want. Setzer will come. He may not come on the exact same banner that you were planning, but he's going to come. And everything's going to be great. We may get some new surprise, and that'll be awesome too, but if not, just don't get your panties in a wad. It's all going to be alright. People are real mad. We're making light of it a lot, but there are some posts, man, that I have seen that are just like unreal. Just people are just, oh, the game's gonna die if we keep changing from the blah blah blah. No,
that was the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen.
Some of them feel like they're jokes. Some of them feel like they're actually jokes, like they're trolling. It's just
you know, most gacha games don't have. There are a lot of gacha games that don't have foresight, and I think we're pretty lucky that we get it. So, but it is. Macnol loves to modify a meme from Mad Max Fury Road, where he said, you know, it's the bad guy from it's Joe Mortis or whatever says, you know, basically don't get addicted to blank, or else you'll begin to resent its absence or something like that. And I think foresight's one of those cases where if we don't, people get so caught up with the idea that we know what's coming that suddenly losing that idea, even for a moment, even if you logically don't have a reason to believe it's for a bad reason, they lose their minds.
Right, and Excalibur's put a great comment here. People have to understand that this is also different than Fixed Garage. Garage wasn't working as intended, which is bad because the product that people spend resources on, and in this case, though, the devs have no obligation to follow JP. Demanding for it is like demanding to have a brand new toy because your friend also has that toy. Exactly. They're different games. They're just different games, and, you know, we're lucky, like Bart just said, we're lucky that a vast majority of the time we have like perfect foresight, and that helps with our pool plans. It helps us know what to expect. But a lot of gotchas don't have that. A lot of gotchas come out with, like, you know, this is the first time I've EX with Queen. Jesus Christ. A lot of gotchas are just what they are. Like, you know what's coming out either that month or a couple weeks, whatever it is. And like you said, don't become addicted to foresight because you will resent it in its absence. Daniel Palman, I'm saving for Reigns. I can only save for so long. Daniel, as our mod, I need you to find a way to get the word Reigns blocked whenever anybody says it. We don't speak about Sid Reigns. Sid Reigns is trash that happens to be on Zidane BT cycle.
I will say, credit to Daniel in terms of commitment to the bit. He has been he's been committed to the Save for Reigns bit since Save Reigns first came out
in JP.
Yeah, in JP, like that is serious commitment to the bit, and I have a deep respect for anyone who's willing to run a joke that long.
That's user error. There's nothing wrong with my Tidus. It's just user error. I do want to show off my new Tidus artifacts. After I did that one run with him and I dragged Zidane, I found out I hadn't updated his artifacts, since the old EX era. And so, look at the... I don't know what they are. Oh, God! Damn it! Damn it! I forgot to put them on.
Outstanding. That is outstanding.
I was so proud that I had farmed like a couple of good artifacts, but
Those are some John Cena levels of artifacts.
Jesus.
You can't see them.
Cope Mello says, "What is Sid Reigns? Sid Reigns sucks eggs. We don't speak of Sid Reigns here. He attempts to steal the spotlight from Zidane in the middle of his BT cycle, which is quite rude. He sucks eggs. Look, no perfect arts, but at least I got some orange arts now."
Yeah, Tidus arts haven't been kind to me either. I'm having to rely way too much on attack in like 108, 170s, which makes me deeply uncomfortable. It's just been bad RNG for this one.
Yeah, it's been
arts are the one part of the game where you actually can blame RNG.
Yeah, I when I first cleared it, Mino says those are donks. I know, Mino. I'm working on them. When I first used Tidus for the first time since the EX era, I realized I had all white arts on him. Use Dead Flower Girl. Cope Mellow. She has a name. Unironic question: is there a case to be made for 108 speed up over 108 330? I am not a math nerd, so I cannot answer that question. But no, not for me. I'm doing 108 330.
Damn you, Eamon. Some girl has an unironic question asking if there's a case to be made for 108 speed up for Zidane, or for Tidus, not Zidane. Got me confused. And I don't know the answer to that. I do know that Nick the Ninja made the case for speed up, so you can take that.
God.
I'm not going to editorialize. I'm just going to let you know that our good friend Nick the Ninja has made the case for 108 speed ups.
We're running a
he's looked at
business. We're trying to run a legit
He's looked at this a whole lot more than I have.
Don't get me started.
Which is to say, I haven't looked into it at all.
Oh my god. It's Sephiroth all
Cope,
over
no.
again. It's Sephiroth all over again. Honestly. Cope, I can't do that. I'm drinking IPAs tonight. I had to turn my camera off because issues, but it turned out to be that my laptop wasn't plugged in. So, you know, we live and we learn. I'm streaming on my pools and then doing an extreme attempt at Tidus with her, Eamon said. Nick the Ninja may have done the research. I'm sure he's a fine lad. Unfortunately, he doesn't know math. So,
because I've actually received a number of frantic messages in my Discord just now, and I have to formally recant and say I was being sarcastic there. Do not use attack 108 speed up. Tidus, I from my experience, he relies pretty heavily on now in the recast of his EX to refresh his winning spirit buff. So, he probably could do eke out one or two additional turns over a run or something with that. I think it could also cause his buff to fall off, and I don't really think that's a risk worth taking.
But you can always ask Nick the Ninja for mathematics tips and pointers and see what he thinks about the arts. What about his EX gets good later? I don't want to keep reforming arts.
It hits gooder, you know. It hits. I don't look at the EX C90 things. All I know is it makes the EXs hit gooder, and you get more stats, so your other moves hit gooder too. You get the more numbers, the more dumps. It probably has a cooler animation. I don't know. Don't live in the future. Live in the present.
Macnol quote: "Don't live in the future. Live in the present." It's a good quote, and I like the way you put that, Bl'Art. They do hit gooder sometimes. Oh look. Aerith is Synergy. Cope, you still in chat, buddy? We're gonna use Aerith for you. The one Final Fantasy you played. How about some good real estate advice? Mino is the real estate guy. If you guys don't know Mino, TCC. I don't know why I keep putting this in here because everyone's already there. But you know, maybe we got some lurkers. Join that Discord. It's the best Discord. But Mino's in there, and he's buying real estate right now, or he's attempting.
For those of you who are listening to this on YouTube on the VOD, I will be including a link to the TCC Discord in the description, so come join us there.
Oh, good God. It's a Fang and a Tidus level 70. So I guess I gotta my Tidus. Sorry, Cope. Fang ruins everything, as per usual. Daniel.
So we got a little over 20 minutes before the event drops. So I want to quickly dip into the overviews for Reno and Rosa, since we won't have much time before the exciting pole battles begin. Everyone starts running their Lefanias and posting them. I have to go to bed. You know how the drill goes.
Bedtime.
It's you dance with the one who brought you. That's all I'm going to say there. So Reno is getting his LD boards, which is pretty exciting, mostly because it means we have access to his pyramid call, which I think is awesome. It's a fairly unique disable effect because it prevents the boss from dealing HP damage or debuffing you. They can still cleanse you, which is kind of annoying, or dispel you, which is a little obnoxious. But they act, which is kind of nifty because a lot of disable moves don't let the bosses act, and sometimes they'll get an aura where they need to act in order to get rid of it. And Reno's buff makes it so you don't need to care about that. Granted, it's HP damage reduction, so a lot of bosses ignore that nowadays, but it's still a pretty solid way to keep yourself alive. 4 uses of it, so good utility. And so being able to use that as a back pocket tool as a call is really nifty. He also has EX. His EX has buff start, so you can now double dip on his lightning and peril. So if you're doing weird lightning stuff, I guess that's kind of neat. And his skill 1 Numb is still quite useful as a call, just because it's a kind of unique effect. So his LD boards basically give him, what is it? His LD now, well, not his LD, but he gets a new buff, which applies whenever he applies a debuff, so basically all the time, which gives him HP damage up when attacking debuff target all the time, extends his debuffs by 2 turns when he hits a debuff target, every time. It increases his weakness damage by 30%, which I think combined with the HP damage up is really going to bring his damage up to kind of respectable modern standards, which we like. Eamon, I'm going to get that question in a second. And then lastly, it has a attack and max brave 20% aura for the party, which is nice, I guess. I'm looking at it like, what is this doing here? But okay, okay, if you're going to give it to us. So Eamon is asking how Reno's call ability compares to Walls, and that's a good question. The nice thing about Warrior of Light's call is that you could theoretically double dip on it. Bosses can take multiple turns, and you can kind of get extra mileage out of it if your character's slow enough. Whether that actually happens kind of is on you to make it work. It also, of course, comes with the nice Brave shields and stuff to prevent breaks and things. Reno's call. Well, one nice thing about Reno's call is you put it on and it stays there. It also increases the Brave damage that they take by 20% while it's on them. The debuff. Excalibur summarizing it very succinctly: one's debuff based, one is buff based. So that kind of.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah, basically, one is better if the enemy's taking more turns. The other's better if you're taking more turns, I guess, is probably the way to put it in a weird sort of summary way. It's they kind of function a little bit differently in different ways. But yeah, truthfully, I hadn't really thought about. I completely forgot that those two could be kind of lined up against each other in terms of comparing. I kind of want Excalibur to just run this at this point because he's definitely thinking about this way more than I am. He points out that the Arena Call also applies the EX debuff, although the Warrior of Light Call also gives you the shields, which is kind of nice.
Right, based on iBrave. And
so
it seems a little bit like Reno is, he's been a little overlooked. I think you mentioned it earlier. It seems like maybe as a TCC, he brings so much utility. He's going to be a good TCC challenge unit, don't you think? Never going to be.
I think so.
Beyond today, he'll never be banned, probably. And we all like
probably not.
We always like a good TCC unit for our challenges and extreme challenges.
And Eamon, just to follow up on your question, yes, you can time the Warrior of Light Call to shield the party. I'm not saying Warrior of Light Call is worse than Reno's or anything like that. I think they both have different use cases that are very closely overlapping. And honestly, when you get down to it, it'll probably come down to preference and the style of the team you're using. I feel like in terms of purely protecting yourself from damage over time, Boar of Light Call probably is going to shield you from more damage. Reno's Call brings some different utility because of his debuffs. That's, I guess, how I would compare the two. Again, it's not like an apples to apples. One's not strictly better than the other.
Different uses for different situations, different bosses that you may run into. Reno dispels, Sauriel says.
You know, I used to know that. His LD dispels on cast. His C90, I think, actually dispels four debuffs, or 4 buffs, which is neat. I used that to get through both RCL and Beatrix Lefenius now that I'm looking back on it. I love Reno so much. Sorry, nostalgia.
Does his LD call assist dispel?
You know, I forgot that he dispels so hard that I actually don't know the answer to that.
I probably should. Maybe it's linked to something else in his kit, but that would be another nice little niche use. He seems like he fills a lot of little different roles. He does a lot of stuff in the party. Other people may do, but he does it. He does a lot of them. Maybe I'll get lucky in my 100 tickets. I think I'm gonna go 100 tickets. How much time we got? 17 minutes. Reno and Rosa are approaching.
So because I was curious, I looked it up, and it looks like the LD call does in fact dispel a buff from the target once you've maxed his LD boards.
Okay.
And yeah, Excalibur's right. Timing Pyramid to protect the party can be a bit tricky. Sometimes it's obvious, like a recast or like an all attack, and you're like, oh, we need to protect from this. Other times, like you throw it on at the wrong moment, and like the boss does a random brave attack, and you lose it or something. It also, interesting bit of utility I found is there's some cases like where a boss will apply a debuff on a threshold, like for instance the Bahamut Lufania, where for the summon one, where like, you know, every X turns it would apply that HP poison. Right. The Reno debuff can actually you can put that on and that'll eat the debuff application, which is interesting. I don't know if it's good. But it's a fairly unique protection effect you can get from a call, which I think is kind of just nifty. You know, you know that the Simpsons meme where Marge is holding the potato and is like, oh, I just think they're neat. That's kind of my feeling on the Reno LD call.
Reno is neat. Hopefully I'll grab him in the tickets. I'm going to build up Rosa right now because we're going to be Rosa champions here. I'm not going to talk big like I did with Palom, but I'm hoping to get a little bit of usage out of Rosa. And already have her kids. So we'll see what she does.
On a side note, for those of you who are able to see the chat and reading it, and those of you who aren't, this is why I'm saying subscribe to Excalibur, because the man is a font of knowledge for this game, whether he's making a video for it or just a guest starring someone else's. So thank you, Excalibur, for the service you do to this community in terms of providing information that's not always readily apparent from the way the game presents the information.
Yes, follow Excalibur, subscribe. Awesome player. Rosa.
And just to clarify, that Rosa is also on the banner. And just to clarify, it's Excalibur. A lot of people say Excalibur. There's a L in there, like a blur. So it's Excalibur. So Rosa.
Phenom Shaft King has now followed. Thank you for the follow, Phenom.
Hello, Phenom.
We are here every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, typically with type Zoey. She is doing real life stuff tonight, but next week, hopefully the Holy Triumvirate will be reunited. So check us out next week as well.
Is this the famed global shaft? I'm sorry, Phenom. That's this little in joke that we've been. The global shafting is kind of a joke that's been going around. So I apologize for dragging you into this.
I think she was gonna do Rosa. Do you know how Rosa works? You want to give a little?
Okay, so Rosa, she's got a rework, which Eamon's asking about. I don't know if rework's out yet. Someone will have to probably check to let me know if her rework is live at this point.
I just leveled her. I just crystal leveled her to 80.
Okay, presumably. Yeah, her crystal level's active. I don't think the actual skills have been reworked yet. So the skill 1 and skill 2 have been buffed. Skill 1 now has an 80% heal, which is pretty massive. Oh wait, is it skill? I don't use Rosa. Prey is now an 80% heal and no longer uses a turn when you use it, so it's a free turn. I don't think it's instant. Where is it? But anyway, Yoshi Pasta saying the rework is live. Breaking news updates. Thank you guys.
That's why you come.
So Prey is now a free turn, and it's an 80% heal as well as applying the buff, battery, yada yada. Her Divine Blast now hits gooder. and has splash damage. It also heals the party now, not by 80%, but I think by like 20%, which is still, basically she's now a good healer in addition to having some regen and revive and stuff. So that's pretty neat. She also is getting an LD, and the LD has a number of, well, I say a number, but per usual, big old attack, hits the enemy, which is cool. It changes her brave attack to aim, so it just permanently changes her brave attack while you have her LD buff active. From what I can tell, it just looks like it's a better attack. It has an HP dump, which is neat. It's just a better attack, but not as good as her skill. So I guess that's cool. More longevity. That's neat.
Feels better.
The real cool thing.
Button feels better to press.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Phenom Shaft King asking if Rosa is better than Porum. If you have Porum and Queen, should you pull for her? Let me finish describing the LD, and I will get to that because that's a question that's on a lot of people's minds, I think. So the LD basically just gives a buff for her that gives the party a bunch of new bonus stats. We got the good stuff. We got the overflow. We got the HP damage up. We got the brave damage up, and we also get a Camelot style brave refund at the end of your attack. So at the end of your turn, based on HP damage dealt, the character gets back 15% of the HP damage they dealt, which is nifty. It's going to be hit pretty hard by reductions. 15% isn't a lot, but it's something. It's an additional bit of brave that you're getting back. Can make or break a run based on getting broken or whatever. Is that everything? I feel like I'm missing something. Everyone talks about the
Broadway saying with the follow. Hey, thank you so much,
Broadway.
Good to see
My
you.
goodness.
Good to see you on Twitch. We used to love hosting as well. Thank you, Broadway. Used to love your YouTube content. Taking a break a little bit for his, or taking a break from streaming, I believe, and doing YouTube only. Is that right?
Other way around, I thought.
Other way around. But either way, Broadway saying, fantastic, long-serving member of our community with the follow. We really appreciate that, Broadway. Thank you.
Broadway is, I'm not the only person to say this. He's one of the big inspirations behind my own content creation kind of process and career and growth. So thank you, 40, for everything you've done for this community, and I appreciate that I get to finally say that to you in person, sort of.
Yes.
Oh goodness, some girl reminded me of something very important that I had forgotten. I'm not going to be as flippant and sarcastic as some of them are being, but Rosa does have an encouragement armor, boosting brave gain armor with 2 C-sphere slots there, meaning you can put 2 Paladin Cecil RFs there. And what this means is when they rework the way those interact, we're expecting that to happen around the time Una comes to us. So in a couple of banners, basically every time she batteries, each of the Paladin Cecil fields will give an additional 30% battery to the battery instead of like the tiny amount that they normally used to give. And so that's going to be pretty neat because, battery is great. It's going to make her a really good battery character, especially as we get into those like high risk reduction Lufania Plus stages. I don't personally think that doesn't save her. It adds to her usefulness. And, well, Raw, I could keep talking and address Phenom Shaft King's question about whether they should pull for Rosa based on their roster, or if you'd like to share your thoughts on Rosa first.
Yeah, so Phenom, we're gonna help you out here in a second with 100% absolutely correct answer to that question. But all I want to say about Rosa is that with the encouragement armor and the 2 Sphere slots, some girl is gonna blue Rosa. So if anyone wants to look into seeing Rosa with blue armor, some girl has volunteered for the community to take on that burden. So thanks a lot, some girl.
She must be out of blue ingots by now. I don't know where she keeps finding them.
Phenom Shaft King, Bl'Art, you're going to want to take this one. Is Rosa better than Porum? I have Porum, Queen. Should I pull for her? We need more info, right, Bl'Art? Don't you think?
Well, okay, so let's break this down a little bit. I include this disclaimer at the bottom of all my videos because I can't include them in the video because they're only 4 minutes because of the royalty-free music. But the question of whether you should pull a character comes down to a lot of kind of personal things. It depends on the number of resources you have, your roster, your kind of the roles you need to fill therein, the characters you like, the characters you don't like, your play style, characters you're planning on pulling for in the near future. I don't mean like a year from now, but I mean like, if in the next BT cycle there's a character who does something similar and who you're more excited for, there's an argument there. So there's a lot of kind of personal things you have to think about. So don't take what we're going to say here as like, oh, well, Raw and Blart said I should or shouldn't pull. That's it. I don't need to think about it anymore. At the end of the day, if you want the character and you have the resources, like if Rose is a favorite of yours, I think she's going to do you just fine. If you have like 500,000 gems in the bank, like some people we know, or you're capped on tickets or something like that, you can, then in that case, if you want the character, I think you can get away with doing it and you're not going to suffer for it. I will say personally, I feel that Rosa does not. She brings good stuff that is comparable to good stuff other people are already bringing. So, like you say, you have Porm and Queen, and I feel like with those two in your roster, I tentatively want to say you're probably good on skipping for her. There's probably not going to be too much in terms of you're not really going to be finding too many cases where you're like, oh man, I have Porm, I have Queen, but if only I had Rosa, then I could have made this run work.
So
I think I hate going on a limb and like giving hard advice like that, but I want to tentatively say you should be good. But I also will point out I skipped Arnea because I already had Lightning. I skipped Cypher because I already had Garland, and I kick myself every day because I see what people are doing with those two characters and thinking, that could be me doing that cool Cypher run. Oh man, I wish I had access to Vital Crusher. That looks so cool doing it there. Like, there's always going to be that FOMO with every character. So don't let FOMO just make you. Don't make FOMO force you to pull, but also don't feel like you have to adhere to a ironclad kind of discipline if you, assuming of course you have the resources to pull. If you have 50,000, if you only have like less than a pity's worth of gems, maybe this is probably when you could skip. Okay, yeah. Raw, I've been talking a lot. You want to take over?
Phenom. So a lot of what he said is what I would say, but also we need a little bit more information. If you're still here in chat, like, are you done with back content? Do you have 20 stages of Dimensions in left? Your resources. If you don't have a lot of that's the number one question. If you don't have a lot of resources and you already have Porum, you already have Queen, probably you're going to want to just skip. Like he said, though, we're not 100% telling you exactly what to do. It will come down to your roster and your situation. Everyone's game is different. If you have a lot of if you have a lot of Dimensions in left, you can only take a certain number of characters to each one. So you got 20 stages. She would do really well as one of the supports in one of the stages. Those are also really, really old content, so it should be easy if you have any kind of new roster. But it all depends. I like Rosa. I already have her kit, so I'm going to pull for the LD. But that's my situation. Your situation may be, a little different. So if you want to let us know what you're looking like, try to help you out a little bit better. Some girl wants to see someone pull a Rosa LD. Well, I got good news for you. In about 5 minutes, I'm going deep tickets. We're talking triple-digit tickets for Rosa LD.
It's funny. I'm just sitting here right now, and again, I've said before, I'm planning on skipping Rosa because I already have Reno, and I don't really feel that I need Rosa in my roster. I also am looking at two considerations. One is it's kind of funny actually, because Tidus BT is presumably not going to be on Setzer banner. This is going to be a prime opportunity to go for Tidus BT, and I have some tickets to burn. Maybe I just pull Rosa because of the chance for Tidus BT, which makes me feel like I'm playing right into Squex's hand, and I hate that. There's also just the fact that poll videos get the views, and part of me is just like, maybe I should just make one of those, just do the polls for the sake of, like, people need the goddamn ASMR. They need some fucking zen in their life. PG-friendly stream. They need some fudging zen in their life.
Some flip.
And they need some flipping zen in their life, and I have to be the one to bring it to them. So if I don't pull for Rose LD, I'm doing the community a disservice, right? Right? Am I thinking right?
You're on the right path, and you have the resources. I think some girl just said as well she wants to see someone pull it. So if you were to just do a couple pulls and give your little, I think I speak for a lot of the community. Sometimes we just like to get all cuddled up in a bubble bath like a candle going and just listen to that ASMR. Those ASMR pulls. It's realignment of the spiritual chakra, I believe.
Yeah, I like to think that that I'm helping you kind of restructure your cosmic being from the ground up, right from the foot chakra right up there to the hair chakra,
The noggin. Um,
the noggin chakra. Sorry, I use it. Yeah.
we need that, especially right now with all the uncertainty and the panic going on in the community.
I hadn't thought of, in a time like this, with this whole Setzer banner thing really just kind of spooking us all, I think I'm gonna have to, as Lee Blade Mouse says, I think someone needs to touch everyone's cosmic being in a very platonic and in no way litigatable way.
Litigatable. I think that's the first time I've ever heard the word litigatable used. I do want to mention.
Damn you, Daniel.
We've been talking for 15 minutes, and I did not see one damn cactar with a K. Was trying to level up Rosa. Ran the fight over and over with her and Palom. Oh, I have a bunch of... Where did all those come from? What a waste of my time. I could have just been using those. Look at all the choco board. Our choco flower. Feathers?
Cosmic Bean is the new frappe at Starbucks.
Cosmic Bean. There she goes. Yeah, I got 122 of the big ones.
Okay, Daniel, you need to help me out here because I've been trying to incorporate hashtags into my videos because algorithms and shit. And I was using the hashtag ASM Blart, and I'm wondering if hashtag Blart pulls again is a better hashtag for those poll videos. I'd be curious to see what the community thinks about that.
Blart pulls again. I like that.
And I will say both of them are really ASM Blart, which I think is just kind of bad. And yep, Excalibur, you head off to the game. Thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you. We look forward to seeing you very soon. And
yeah, Excalibur, thank
folks,
you so much.
If you're just joining us, folks, or if you're listening to the VOD and you've only gotten to this point for some reason, subscribe to Excalibur on YouTube. It's a good decision. You're gonna want that man in your life.
Grade A player. We got one. Oh, I think we're live. Let's see. Let's get some LD pulls. There we go. Look at that beautiful. Oh, General Leo. You beautiful man. Let's get the free single pull going. It's a blue orb.
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. When we're done with the stream, probably I'll record some polls and well, you know how it goes.
Yeah, we need that.
Hashtag Cosmic Bean.
Cosmic Bean. I'm gonna order that at Starbucks tomorrow morning. I think probably.
I wish Zoey were here. She'd know how to put up a poll and just like make it all look good.
She knows how to. She knows how to work the. She's the young millennial who knows how to work the technology that us old men we don't understand. So hopefully she'll be back next week.
I look forward to it. We're lost without her.
Let's go gyms. Fuck it. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so you guys got
too hard.
You guys got to keep me honest here. 360. We're going to 260. 250. Fuck it. 110. And we're just looking for Rose's LD. Okay? Trash. Okay. I need some hype in chat. Can we get... If anybody's subbed, you can hit one of these right here. Give me the... That is actually a picture of me screaming bloody murder. I was at a punk rock hardcore show, and I was screaming. And that's going to get my energies right. I don't have the ASMR chakra alignment that... Yes, Leaf Blade, as soon as we're done here, we're probably going to join you guys for some pulls in... Or I'm going to join you guys for some pulls in TCZ. Trash. Oh, I got one Reno weapon.
All right, you've unlocked Reno. Congratulations.
Come on, Rosa. Oh, here we go. That's Rosa, and we're done. Guaranteed, folks. This is Rosa.
Believe.
I believe. Some girl, do not put that voodoo on me. Don't do that voodoo that you do, please. Done. We're done. Easy. Easy, folks.
Works 100% of the time, every time.
Every
60% of
time.
the time.
60% of the time, every time. Hey, guys. We're probably going to head out of here pretty shortly. Tonight, we were a little off schedule, helter-kelter without Zoey, but she'll hopefully be back next week. We appreciate you guys coming through. It's been nice. We've only done this, what, 3 times now? This is number 3?
Yeah, 3 times, and each time I think to myself, surely I'll know how to just kind of talk without rambling and just kind of get into the heart of the matter and host in an effective way. And every damn time I'm proven wrong.
No, it's great. You got any closing thoughts? I'm gonna send these guys over to Chris. It's his 3-year anniversary. If everybody could stop in at Chris's
nice.
and shout out him, tell him congrats on his 3-year anniversary streaming, it would mean a lot to me and Bl'Art. Bl'Art, you got anything else before we head out?
Yeah, no. Subscribe to Chris. Subscribe to Excalibur. Consider carefully whether you want Rosa in your roster, because maybe you just like the character. That's cool. We ain't gonna judge, but if you skip her, that's okay. That's okay too. But pull Reno. Reno's cool. We like Reno.
What are you working on?
Yeah.
I'm just separating stuff.
Hashtag Reno did nothing wrong.
Reno did nothing wrong.
Wrong.
All right, guys. We'll be back next week.
Wrong.
Turn that volume down. All right, guys. We'll be back next week.
Wrong.
Turn that volume down. All right, guys. We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back next week with Zoey. Hopefully, Mondays, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Can't get the raid thing to work, so it's a bummer.
Everyone just show up at Chris's stream and tell him the
I
Raw
wanna
Life
rate
sent you there.
No, I want to raid him. Oh, I think it's raid. There, that's it. I was just doing the wrong button. You guys stick around. Just give him a shout out. Say thank you. Or not thank you. God, say congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's his 3-year anniversary.
Let's
Like
go,
I said,
guys.
we'll be back. What, Monday?
Same next Monday. Same Raw time. Same Raw channel.